First guest tonight is a very funny person who won a pair of Emmys for her delightfully deranged performance in The White Lotus. You can see her next in 2 new movies, Riff Raff, which is in theaters now, and a Minecraft movie that opens on April 4th. Please welcome Jennifer Coolidge. Welcome. You know, Jennifer, I want to let you know everyone at our show is completely in love with you. I mean, you've made everyone's day today.
Oh, wow.
I'm not just talking about your work. I'm talking about they just love talk. We are very excited that you're here. Thank you for
I'm thrilled to be here.
It's great to have you. I've missed you on The White Lotus this season.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you missed you on The White Lotus this season?
I've really missed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I'd be cool with it, but yeah, I mean, I'm jealous, but I can't, Mike White is a genius, and it's going really well.
He is indeed. Mike White is the creator of The White Lotus, and you're a good friend, right? This is a good friend of yours.
Yes, a good friend.
And then he brought you back, even though it was like a completely, for those who haven't seen the show, it goes from one fancy hotel to another city, the same chain of hotels, but you die in the second season.
I do. I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Your character, Tanya, dies. You don't actually die. Your character dies in the second season, which means you can't come back for the 5th season or the 6th season unless they dig you up and reanimate you somehow, which is not entirely impossible.
Right. I mean, I thought there was a little window for me to come back because, people saw me floating in the water and stuff, and I did look very dead and everything, but then they were talking, the girls were talking in this latest episode about all they saw was my floating leg. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I wouldn't be able to swim away with only one leg.
No, well, I think you could. You could swim away with one leg. I think you could manage that.
That really seals the deal. When it's just the leg.
Maybe next season will take place in heaven, and then you could be there amongst the others at a fancy hotel in the afterlife.
I hope you pitch that to me.
This week was Mardi Gras, and you live in New Orleans, correct?
Yes.
Is your house near the action?
It is.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, there's many different parts of town that have action.
Right, there are a
going
bunch
on.
of parades.
Right? New Orleans has got all sorts of different parades and stuff going. But this was one of the first years that I've missed it.
Are you feeling sad that you missed it, or is it better to be away from the craziness?
Well, it's very hard. Everyone decides on Mardi Gras Day that the drinking starts around 5 or 6 a.m.
Oh.
And so you're just cooked by 8 a.m. You're just the people can handle it better than I can in New Orleans. Everyone can handle lots of alcoholism, lots of alcohol. People really, but they're sort of unfazed, and everybody looks pretty good for what they're consuming.
I think more than maybe any place, there are all these towns where they have spring break, and then, you got Vegas, et cetera. But I think in New Orleans, it seems like the locals actually enjoy this when everybody converges on their city. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, we do. We like it to a point. When someone's sometimes, you always want to catch these, they have these throws that you want to catch. For instance, there's this amazing women's parade called Muses. And everyone, the greatest thing that can happen to you is if you catch a shoe. And it's women spend days that are in Muses making these shoes to throw to the...
These are the shoes they're wearing?
Hopefully they're fresh shoes, but... But it's the throw, it's the gift that you get from if you ride, if you're in the parade.
Right.
The Muses parade.
Right.
And so everyone wants these shoes, and it gets very competitive, and people are pushing for these, it gets very vicious.
I've never heard of this.
But they're very cool. They're decorated, they're very elaborate. They're works of art. Some of them are so well done.
And then what do they do with the shoes once they have them? They can't, it's only one shoe, right?
Yes, but they put it on their mantle. Everyone, it's a big deal.
Did you ever catch a shoe?
I did catch one once. Yeah, I did.
Is it on your mantle?
There's so much crap on my mantle.
Yeah, no, the shoe didn't make it. Yeah, that's a very strange
I don't know.
thing.
Yeah, it might be on there.
I wonder if there's any like rhyme or reason to that, or it's just very random. It seems like the beads I get, you know, the necklaces I get, but a shoe, you need that when the parade comes to a stop.
Yeah, but you see, people want the shoes and they don't throw them out. Like the beads get recycled into the sewer system or wherever they go. But the people hang on to people want the shoes. And
you could be making this up and I would have no idea.
no, I was backstage and I had nothing to talk about. So this shoe thing is brand new. I just tried it out.
You grew up in You grew up in Boston, right?
Just outside of Boston.
Did you ever have anything like this, like big crazy parties were you involved? Were you like a drinker growing up?
Well, you know, growing up in like Massachusetts, you didn't really have a choice.
Right.
You know what I mean,
it's the thing,
It's the thing, you know. And the difference is, New Orleans, it's a pretty good climate, so it's much easier to drink. But, I was always so cold, like out in the snow drinking with my friends.
Yeah, right.
I was just freezing. I was always like, oh my God.
At what age was this? Like, how early did the kids start in your neighborhood?
Well, I started in high school.
In high school?
Yeah.
And how would you get alcohol in high school?
Well, I would have to always get like an older person buy the alcohol for me. But then one day, a weird thing happened. I was at my girlfriend's house, Marie Milani, and she was next door neighbor, and her mother was a very fancy lady that didn't really fit into the Massachusetts thing. I mean, she was really sort of very glamorous with clickety-click shoes and high heels, and she had makeup on perfection, and she was very sexy lady. I had this huge crush on her, and she always everything about her was just, she was out of the movies. Mm-hmm. And when Marie's mother, Mrs. Milani, went away on a trip, I was up in her room, in her dressing room, and I found her wig and her cat glasses. And I put it on, and then all of a sudden, Marie goes, "You look so old." And then we sort of just figured out, we started talking about it, and then I put on her mother's coat and everything, and I realized, she's like, "We can get beer this way." And so, sure enough, we went down to the package store, and there was a friend of Marie's that was coaching me, and he said, "Jennifer, when you go into the package store, you have to go in and get the case of beer. Don't ask for it. Then you'll look like an amateur and they'll know." And I took on a weird voice, and I had her wig on and everything, and I went up, I carried it out, the beer myself, and I put it on the counter and everything, and I was like, am I gonna pull this off? Because you have to realize, I was 12. and that's a long way to go. But I had a lower voice somehow, and I feel like maybe this is where the acting thing came along, because he sold me the case of beer, and I was so thrilled,
Sold you the case of beer, and then have a good day, Mrs. Milani.
Yes.
Jennifer Coolidge is with us. We'll be right back.
Do you think he's after Rocco?
I got a bad feeling.
Oh, well, what are we gonna do?
Hey, what are you doing?
No, it's just, no.
What are you doing?
I get horny when I'm scared.
I'm married.
I know, who cares? It's just us and the wildlife, Just you and me, no one's gonna know.
What's the matter with you? No, get off of me.
What?
I'm not gonna.
Come on.
I'm not gonna, Ruth.
What's that? Shame. We were gonna put something that hard to waste.
Jennifer Coolidge and Ed Harris in Riff Raff, which is in theaters now. Jennifer, what are the rules for groping a co-star? Are there any?
Well, I won't do it to Ed Harris ever again.
Oh, why? Why? What happened? Did something go wrong?
Well, I was acting, but I think he might have thought the acting was, I think he really thought that I was going for it. And maybe I was, I don't know. But he was like, at one point, he was like, "Get out of there, get out." I mean, he really did. He had sort of like, "Get out," and I was,
I think he's probably just a good actor. Is probably
He's a really
what it
good
is.
actor. He's a really good actor. But sometimes, there's no rehearsal to this stuff.
Right.
A lot of, you're shooting this stuff really fast. So, you don't even like, I had another bad experience, but I won't tell it because it was so bad. But, I had to, I had another groping story where, the director last minute told me to grope this guy. And it really didn't go well.
It didn't. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you, you have a great cast in the movie. I really liked the movie. I enjoyed it. Bill Murray and Pete Davidson play like a gangster, or like a hitman, and his like a dumb assistant. Yes.
Yeah, and they're both so good. I mean,
they are.
Bill Murray is very dark in this film, and I haven't, he's really good as a scary heavy. I mean, he's
scary, but also funny in it too. Yeah, I guess it just comes through regardless of what he's doing. Had you worked with Bill before?
No.
No, that was your first time. Did you know him at all?
No.
Did you?
This is why it's so good to take these jobs.
Yeah.
When I don't know any of these people, and then if you get a job with them, you actually get to know these people.
You get to spend time.
Yeah. No, I like him. But I like him a lot, but he gives you a very hard time about a lot of things.
Oh, like what?
Well, like, we were being interviewed in Toronto for the film festival and everything, and the interviewer was he asked me the question first. He goes, "Okay, Jennifer Coolidge, what do you, please tell us about your character." And so I went into this long monologue about my character. And then I finished, and then Bill says, "Oh, I know my character. This is my character. I'm your character." And I felt like such a chump, and I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." No other guy would have given me a hard time, but Bill Murray. But I like, sometimes when I know this is going to be a terrible thing to say, but sometimes when guys are a little mean to you, just for a second, you're like, "Oh."
Just for a second.
Just for a second.
Yeah.
And yeah.
In the case of comfort, that you're friends. Yeah.
Especially, if you're like when you're at the film festival, everyone's complimenting you. So then, Bill Murray had to set me straight.
My son Billy he's never been more excited for a movie than the Minecraft movie. Do you know Minecraft? Are you familiar with that world?
Yeah, as an outsider.
As an outsider,
yes. But yeah, I wasn't really building anything inside.
No, you weren't a creator. You were just No, you're gonna have. I don't know if you realize you're gonna have an army of like 7-year-old boy fans as a result of this movie.
Oh,
it's coming.
It's coming.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Okay. I just want you to know that my character's from the real world.
Well.
And
it's not
the real
inside
interacting.
the game.
No. I can't tell too much, but I'm the real world interacting with the.
Is the reason you don't want to talk too much about your character because Bill embarrassed you at the film festival, and now you have that in your head at all times?
Yeah, I haven't recovered from it yet, and I'm still a little turned on by it.
Jennifer Coolidge, everybody. Go see Riff Raff. It is in theaters now, and a Minecraft movie, April 4th. We'll be back with Sarah Bach. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. We have 20 million subscribers on YouTube.
Unbelievable.
I only wish we got paid for this. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Help us get to 50 million, please. It's an emergency.